Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now as you can see behind me, the land has been plowed and I'm ready to put in my new crop. But guess what it is? Ginger. But what it is that I need to do to my ginger before I plant it, and this is for my large scale farmers, and I'm going to show you how you treat your ginger before you put it into that soil. Let's go. So guys, remember I told you at the initial launch of this channel, I told you that I'm going to be sharing all the aspects of my farming journey, the do's and the don'ts, what I've learned, and so forth. So this section now, I'm now going to be planting ginger. Based on Rada's recommendation, they recommend that you treat your ginger before planting it, and I'm going to be treating it for fungus, right? So there is a particular product that they recommend that you use to treat your ginger before you plant the ginger. Now, this product is what we call Topsy, right? It's used for numerous other products that you may plant or farmers would actually plant. But usually, farmers would use this to spray their crop after planting it, right? So after you planted it in the soil, you would go through and you do your interval treatment process. But for this one, what we want to do, this is a systemic fungicide. So what you want to do is to actually treat your ginger itself with this product, allow it to dry, and then you're going to plant it, right? So this one will actually penetrate your ginger. You will allow it to dry, and then you will plant. As such, whilst your ginger is growing, it would be able to resist the fungus that would come to attack. Now, two very important materials that I'm going to need for this process is, you know, the onion bags, yes, with the big holes that filters easily. And I guess I use this for the onion bags because it can get a lot of air, right? So I need an onion bag, and very, very important, I'm going to be using my measuring cups, right? So the usual measuring cups that you have, these, very important. And something that I learned, a very important lesson that I learned at one of the seminars that I went, that the JNRWP had put on, an instructor from AgChem who was there, and he was there talking to us and telling us as farmers that one very, very important thing that we should all invest in as farmers are your measuring devices. So when you look on whatever chemical that you're using or whatever product that you're using, and they tell you to use 1 cup or 1 tablespoon and so forth, it's very important that you have something to measure it. They should be quite easy on the pocket. I'm not sure how much they cost because we have these at home. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just invest or use one that I have at home. I'll go back and buy something at Bashco to put it back in my household. But very important that you have your measuring devices and equipment, right? So let me go into the measuring of my product. Now the recommended measurement is to use 1 to 2 tablespoons of your chemical per gallon of water. Now I'm going to be putting my ginger in the that blue plastic barrel, right? So I'm going to be putting it in that blue plastic barrel filled with water, which holds up to 55 gallons of water. So based on the specifications that I got from Rada, and I have to say thank you to Mr. Rodney Holness, an extension officer from Rada. They're doing great things, guys. Have to big them up. What you will definitely need, you should add a tablespoon of your Topsy to a gallon of water. Now based on the amount of water that I have here, I'm going to be adding, it equates to approximately 3.5 cups of my Topsy product into the 55 gallons that I have here of water. So I'm going to get into measuring and add it accordingly. So guys, as always, whenever using chemicals, it's always very important for you to use your protective gears. So for me, I'm going to be having on my gloves and my mask. And now, let's get to work. This is my measuring cup, and I'm now going to be adding my 3.5 cups into my drum. Let me remove the hose first. And always remove your gloves before you touch anything outside of what it is that you're actually putting the fungicide in. So now that I've added my Topsy into my water, I'm going to be mixing. So I'm just going to be using a piece of stick to mix the solution. So I have actually finished mixing the solution. Now you're going to see where this onion bag actually become of importance, right? So as I mentioned, the onion bags, they have a lot of holes, right? So it's easy for water or whatever it is to get in and get out. It's easily filters. So what I'm going to do is to put the ginger in here, and then to dip it in the solution that I mix, leave it for 10 to 15 minutes, and then to remove. Now, as you can see, with the ginger being in the bag, it's easy for me to put in and also to retrieve, right? Or to take out. So I'm going to put my ginger in this bag and then leave it in solution for 10 to 15 minutes. And that will be my pre-treatment process. I'll only add that which I can manage, right? So it's a simple process and anybody can actually take it off. So guys, it has actually started raining, but I'm determined to actually finish this process today. So I'm going to show you now, putting my ginger into my onion bag, then soaking it in solution for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm going to take it to where I'm actually drying them. So what I've done, after soaking them for the 10 to 15 minutes, I'm then going to place them in some crates where they're going to drain and then dry basically. So now that I've bagged it, I'm going to dip it in solution and leave it for 10 to 15 minutes. So there we have it, guys. I have a few crates, plastic crates of tubers that have been left to air dry. So I will now leave this for 24 hours to air dry, and then it will be time for me to plant them. So there you have it, guys. Now that is how you pre-treat your ginger before planting them in soil. Now I'm hoping that this video was helpful and that it will bring you loads of success for your next ginger crop. Now don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care, guys.